All right, now we're inside the workshop. The workshop is operating right now. You can see we produce bottles, 5-gallon bottles. When we were operating, we had 30,000 customers, 14 retail shops, over 100,000 bottles. Now, because of the corrupt officials in Lantien, they've squeezed us, they've confiscated our property, they blockaded our factory, so we're down to a few hundred customers right now. So we're operating at a very small scale, but we're continuing to operate, and we will continue to operate. We refuse to deal with these corrupt officials, and so we're refusing to bend. We've got very loyal workers here. Now you can see what they're doing is they're taking the assembly of the bottle. They're wrapping up the bottles in plastic, and then they deliver them. Part of the challenge in producing water is to maintain control of the bottle inventory. We had over 100,000 bottles when we were operating at full scale, and we lost about 1% of those bottles every year. So we were operating profitably, even though the operation was facing stiff competition from other mineral water producers. So let me take you into the production room here. As you go into the production room, you'll see the settling tanks that we've built. We built these large-scale settling tanks. And these are stainless steel tanks. The water comes in from the well, and then it moves into one settling tank and then to another settling tank and through some filters. Here, these are filters here. And then it goes through an ozonator. An ozonator is right over here, and that ozonator is there to protect or to kill the bacteria in the water. Now behind this wall is where our bottling equipment is located. We built this around this building, around the bottling equipment, and you can see the air handling equipment at the top. Air handling equipment is vital to keep the dust out of the bottling operation. And so the bottling machine is a piece of equipment that's behind that window, and I'll try to take you over here and so you can see it. Here's the bottling equipment. Bottling equipment is here, and we produce the water in these 5-gallon recycled bottles. And the bottles happen, and they're coming out here. The bottles happen, let's see, the count is probably once every, I don't know, minute and a half, a bottle comes out. So I'll take you on the other side here in just a minute and take you through, and let's see if we can take you to the bottling equipment itself. It's coming through, you can see you're coming through with filled water, and then they go down this small conveyor, and we put a cap on it, and then seal, protect the bottle in a plastic bag. Now, as I indicated to you before, the bottles themselves are critical to the profitability of this factory operation. You've got to protect the bottles, the bottle inventory, because if you don't do that, you'll never make a profit running a water factory. So then we would have a inventory here, and the inventory, as I said, when we were in full operation, this storeroom was filled with bottles. But now, as you can see, we're down to a few hundred customers, and so we don't have nearly the scale of operation that we used to have. The Lantien government blockaded this factory for a period of, let's see, 2008 until just about a month ago, so February of 2013. So 5 years we were operating in a blockaded factory, and we were taking the bottles out one by one through a side wall that we cut a hole in the wall to our neighbor, and we then loaded our small trucks on the other side of that wall. So the Lantien government has tried to squeeze out this factory and tried to confiscate the property. We refuse to enable that to happen, and we're going to continue to fight this corruption all the way up to Beijing and Washington if we have to.